You know, it's hard to even talk about how CL's impacted the trucking industry because he really is, in many respects, the trucking industry. If you think about it, founding the truck with one truck, 1956, the ultimate American success story, lived through the expansion of the interstate highway system as a driver, lived through deregulation as a driver and owner at that time, took the company public, was an innovator throughout all of those decades on the equipment front. Many things drivers all over the entire industry use today originated from ideas that CL had, working with OEMs about making a better truck, making a better trailer, always pushing them to, you know, be innovative and create better efficiencies. Our customers benefit in immeasurable ways from pioneers like CL Werner. And I think the lasting impression he will always leave here, the fingerprint, if you will, on this company and on me, is this driver's first mentality. The belief that you can do whatever you want to do, think your company's going to be whatever you might want it to be, but if you don't take care of the drivers, the real lifeblood of the company, the rest of it will simply die on the vine. And that has always been something that he's left me with. It's something I believed personally anyway, but it certainly is a reinforcement that is helpful day in and day out in my career.
CL has always been on the forefront of our industry and direction where we're going, and I just, you know, thank him for the direction that he's given this company, and obviously the friendship that I've had with him, and just what he's done for all the associates here at Werner Enterprises.
Well, certainly I want to thank CL for his commitment to his professional drivers, his commitment to the company, his commitment to safety. I mean, that's something I'm passionate about, and certainly that his role within that has played a part in my development, and for taking a chance on me and having faith that I can handle this position and that I care equally as much about safety as he does.
Well, trucking is not a wide margin business. You've got to do a lot of things well to be successful in trucking, and CL knows drivers, he knows customers, and he knows financials. He's the most well-rounded CEO that I ever met.
It's always a lot of fun at the driver appreciation events because you know, when I'm walking around with CL, the drivers obviously always want to spend the time with him. And CL is always so generous with his time. He loves sitting down, he loves having lunch, talking, hearing from our professional drivers. And those kinds of things are certainly very meaningful, and I know very much appreciated by our professional drivers out there.
What makes CL so good at running the company is he started as a truck driver, and he's still a truck driver today, and he knows how that impacts a driver on the road and what to do to make life better for those drivers and what it takes to deliver our freight every day.
CL has influenced women in the company by giving us an equal opportunity to be successful at the company. He was gracious enough to invite the Women's Forum to his ranch in Colorado. We were able to get to know CL and Rachel a little bit more, talk about our ideas to make the company an employer of choice for women, and things that we could do and help other women do to be successful and yet manage their day-to-day responsibilities outside of the office.
The legacy he's leaving is much bigger and much broader than just our company. For me, it's personal, right? It's personal for me. This has been my employer. Werner's been my employer for my adult life, 25 years since I've been out of college. My family is intimately familiar with Werner Enterprises. They hold CL at the very, very highest regard just because of how he's enabled people like me to provide for our families.
A lot of times when I'm interacting with CL in a professional setting, it's related to a political event or a government relations matter. There was a time where Paul Ryan came to Omaha to meet with some business leaders, and the first meeting that he took was with CL Werner, Derek Leathers, and myself, just the four of us, and Paul Ryan. That was the room. And Paul Ryan really only wanted to hear input from CL Werner during that meeting. He was excited to listen to CL talk about things that matter to him, things that matter to his company, and it was pretty cool to be in that room at the table and watching these two powerful leaders talk about things that help move both our country and our company.
I think one of the stories that I loved about CL, and he told me the second time we met, he's just had such a rich, full life. He's done so many things. So I'm from Ireland, and as I was talking to him about Ireland, he told me about this summer he spent in Ireland riding a Harley Davidson around the countryside. So just the fact that he was there, that he brought his Harley Davidson over to Ireland to do it, just shows how much, how this guy has been around the world, and he's lived a really full, a really rich life.
He has a passion for giving our drivers the best equipment he could possibly put out there. But also from the safety side, that's something that is dear to his heart, is making that truck as safe as possible for our drivers. He's always been very, very considerate of the people that work for him. And he's the first one to give them the credit for his success is the people that he's hired and groomed and brought up through the years.
I would thank him for being him, and thank him for being the leader and the visionary and the driving force behind this place and the family and our Werner family here each and every day. It's his foundation that was laid that carries this place forward, and I couldn't thank him more for that or be more proud for him and all that he's accomplished in his career.
You're talking about one of a handful of people in this industry that, in my opinion, created the industry from what it was before to what it is today, and his legacy will be building up Werner and preparing it for the future. He set up the leadership to do that. He had a vision of the technology and the equipment and the drivers and the people, all those things come together to a point where now, hey, he feels good enough where I can step out and I know this company's going to be successful.
Anyone who knows CL would agree he is a man that has passion for whatever he does. He started as a farmer in northeast Nebraska, and he's always enjoyed the land and cattle. His passion is as strong as ever, and I believe it will only heighten as he has a little more time on his hands. Enjoy the future, CL. You truly deserve it.
So I think one of the things that most people don't know about CL is the depth of his generosity. I think we all know about his giving to charities and charitable organizations, but what a lot of people don't know is on a personal level. I mean, he shares his time, he shares his wisdom, he shares his home with many people that stay with him, and he's an extremely generous person.
I think one of the things that I'll take from CL as a founder is to take risks. And we've had to take some risks to grow Werner Logistics. And risks are good, and they help generate the long-term health of a business. So don't be afraid to take risks.
So yeah, one thing that I've taken away or learned from CL is that it's so important to take care of your people, right? Your team, whether that's professional drivers, office associates, mechanics. They're the ones that are moving the company forward every day, and those that are doing a great job, you got to make sure you take care of them and you keep them at the company.
Well, as CL transitions from being literally at the helm of Werner Enterprises, I would like to thank him, and I would like to thank him for his wisdom in choosing Derek Leathers to literally take the baton and continue taking it down the road. He will be missed, and at the same point in time, the confidence that we have, that we've always had in CL and his decisions, has certainly transitioned, if you will, into his decision of appointing Derek Leathers as our chairman.
At CL's ranch, I just remember talking to him about my goals, and because he was very interested, and he really didn't want to talk business. He just wanted to talk people and how I was doing and how other people were doing, and I just think that's a commitment to how he values all of us, and so I mean, that's the humble spirit of him, and he knows the people of Werner Enterprises is what has made this such a success story. And so I mean, I'll always value that time with him and continue to thank him for founding this company and being a part of this. And so, you know, that's our responsibility now, to take it from here and continue to hire all the right people to continue his vision and know that the foundation of this company is the professional truck driver.
CL, I know that most of this video is being put forth to you by your executive team, which is a very great team. And down the road here, you're going to get another video from drivers. But in the meantime, I just want to take this opportunity to express to you my thanks to you for building a wonderful trucking company from what I can remember was a very small organization over in Council Bluffs, Iowa. You've put a great executive team together. These guys on the executive side, they know what they're doing. There's no doubt in my mind they're following your footsteps. You have shown them the way to do it, and they have their own little tweaks and ways of doing it, but they're accomplishing it exactly as I think you would want them to do it. And I think you have a lot to be proud of by this team you put together. We're in good hands.
Yeah, a few years back, CL attended a Veterans Day ceremony we had at Lithia Springs, and we released a new Operation Freedom truck. During the middle of the ceremony, CL got in the truck and fired it up. We're like, is he going to drive away with that truck or not? You know, it's his truck, so he can do whatever he wants. But I thought that was really cool. You know, we help a lot of professional drivers, we help veterans, and CL's been behind that, you know, from day one, and I truly am appreciative of that. But that was a fun day.
So in the school network, we see a lot of fresh young individuals wanting to get into the career, getting into transportation, and having CL as a example of what can actually happen if you, at the end of the day, be honest, work hard, and treat everybody fair. That's something that they can grasp, and it's very inspirational to a lot of the students in the school network.
CL has left a true legacy in this industry and at this company, and by definition, legacies live and carry on far into the future, beyond the person being present day to day in the operation. CL has set the tone and really placed his fingerprints all over this organization for decades. The good news is that culture's set and will be carried forward. The good news is we have a great team here, and we're excited and ready to receive that torch and to move this organization forward to bigger, better, greater things than we've realized up to date. All of which will be the result of the type of mentoring, the leadership, the guidance, the hours of conversations that we've been able to have with CL over the years. So the last thing I'd say simply is thank you. Thank you, CL, for all that you've taught us. Thank you, CL, for all that you've accomplished. And I look forward someday to celebrating the future successes, each one of which will have been impacted by you, whether you're here day to day involved in the operation or not, because they all will have your culture intertwined in them.